Hello, welcome back. It's sprint weekend here for Formula Creator at COTA, which is the third event of this season. I will be starting around 4th, 5th due to the recent DNF a week ago in Austria. That's what it's called. But yeah, it's a 5-lap sprint race. Then we go into usual antiques of quali. Well, I've just gave them all the signal to select ready up. Big question is who will be on top. Kinga's starting pole, as he is the lowest down in the standings. My teammate's attending this week, unlike he did last week. He will be starting in 9th for this sprint race, meaning he just needs one place to score for us. Williams could possibly go from 7th to 5th after the sprint race if they outscore us at Sauber and then Jedi at Haas by 3 points. So it's all to play for here. But let's go. Last time I'd done a league sprint race, it was in F2 cars. That's how long ago it was. I've not done a singular league sprint since then. We are just waiting for Max to connect. And let's boot up our Qatar. No, not Qatar. Our Texas setup. Dark, who came 3rd place this time a week ago. He's up in 3rd. Because I got 2nd in the season opener. I'm only behind Jedi because I've had a better finish. But anyways, for those who's racing and watching, good luck to you. Let's get in. 5 seconds to go. And away we go here. Kinga gets a mediocre start from the Williams. And we're up to 2nd. Very swiftly. Max Perrin aiming for a podium today. This is a sprint start I think we need here. Currently keeping it clean, really pushing Max so far. We're going to go slightly late on the brakes. Really try and get the car turned round, but failed to do so. He gets the switch back on us. ERS now being used. Hopefully we can get close enough. Close the door on him. And this is our bid to gain up as many points as possible in this championship to our rivals. We need 22 points on Snake Hunter to become championship leader. Probably will have to take a few events to do so, but every point in this sprint matters, as he's currently fighting over 5th place. And now I am dropping Mumbo Jumbo and Max Perrin like nothing, already leading by 1.5 at the end of the opening lap of this sprint. Just keep it going and then we've got it. Sprint win here. Just manage the pace now, manage the tyres, and we should be a-okay. Max Perrin moves back up into P2 after some duelling with Mumbo Jumbo, but Mumbo Jumbo will hang on after further battling. Snake Hunter still out of the image. it's a good 3-second lead at the moment. You can see 3 wide back there, my teammate being one of those 3 with Thomas James, and then Jedi over P6, Snake Hunters in P5 now. I think Mumbo Jumbo's Delta has frozen. It says he's 3 seconds, whereas he is much closer. Darkness has had a moment, Snake Hunter moves up into 4th. I'm commentating the race through the Deltas rather than my own, because it's been really quiet. But it sincerely looks like those behind are ever so slightly quicker. So yeah, this sprint win will mean everything today. As it's fastest a lap of the race, Mumbo Jumbo, his Delta's updated 2.2 now. Hopefully that isn't a persistent gain. If it is, then I may be in danger. But let's just see. Max Perrin is going to go all out with this defence, because he knows he needs a podium for his bid, as it should move Williams up into 3rd, no, not 3rd, up into 6th. These 8 points will give us that push, as Louis is sticking with this battle, unravelling over 3rd place, and I am matching Mumbo Jumbo's pace, so I shouldn't be worried at all. Thomas James has had a really quiet sprint race as Louis up to 4th. This is massive for Sauber, which, if you can't see me because no face cam, I have a massive grin on my face because Louis is now up into 3rd. Sauber double podium in the sprint, maybe 2 laps to determine that. Max Perrin has just dropped down to P4. Hopefully he can defend for his life behind him, and that should give Louis that extra bit of push, an extra bit of reassurance to see Sauber double podium here in the sprint. I would personally love that, especially with how deserving of a driver he is. For a result like this from P9 as well, he could be up there today. As Darkness fighting with Max Perrin, he's made his way up into 4th, but Max Perrin gains another place, as it looks like him and Snake Hunter have been caught up in something. Who is the championship leader? So he's losing more points than Kinger is now in the fucking points, as it looks like Darkness is out of this sprint race. See if he's got any questionable phrasing in general when he does message. Maybe that could give us a little hint to what it actually was to be the cause, as it's currently Max Perrin versus Thomas James over 4th place.
Battery charge is high. Let's use that overtake button a bit more.
Max Perrin drops to P5, Thomas James lifted up into 4th, but it's the final lap of this sprint. And one more lap for me to manage a 3-second advantage, which hasn't really dropped. Instead, we've gained 6 tenths since the end of lap 2, I think it was. There was 2.2 between me and the McLaren. And you can tell based off my tone, I'm very motivationally boosted, especially after that extremely early DNF in Austria last time out. Lap 2 was the lap I DNF'd. It was in the final corner as well, after I went from 10th to 5th in the opening few laps here. And then today, I've in a way continued that mission from 5th up to win in the sprint race. Can we even convert that win over in the main event? Hopefully. Because if we can do that, then I think we can do almost anything this season. So yeah, extremely big confidence booster. Especially knowing the championship rivals ahead. Thomas James in 4th, and then Snake Hunter in 7th. They aren't getting too many points compared to my 8. Thomas James will be on 5, and then Snake Hunter will only be dragging home 2, which is slightly unfortunate. But then there's still possibilities for post-race sprint pens, which could even see Snake Hunter or Thomas James move up a place. But it will be through the final corner. It's been an effortless drive. Really didn't have to do much after overtaking Max Perrin on lap 1, and I will take that win. I am happy with that. But yeah, come on. 1-3 Sauber. Yeah, 1-3 Sauber. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Thomas James says that was so chaotic. Luckily I wasn't amongst that. Because if I was, then I'll be honest, I would have probably got caught up in that. But, yeah. That is one small part. But yeah, let's just let that sink in. 1-3 for Sauber. Louis, absolute amazing drive. 9th on the grid to 3rd in the sprint. I'll give that to him. That was some really strong pace. I'll be honest, slightly unexpected. But then yeah, me 5th to 1st. 6th on the grid, up to 2nd from where they started. So fairly busy as Kinga. 1st to last of the finishers. Anyways, hope you enjoyed that. You've only got more coming. We've got qualifying in about 3 minutes, and then the main race shortly after that. I'm just telling them all to 10 past. Thomas James says if he wasn't stuck behind a Haas, he would have got him. Jedi says it's called defending. I think that's a very valid argument. But yeah, let the drivers reselect their teams. But yeah, I will honestly take that. I really will take that. Yeah. All I can say is it's only just begun for my title charge. Didn't really have it continue in Austria. Probably a major setback in my title. But that win in the sprint really putting me there as a possible contender if I can even drop the points a bit further in the main event. But yeah, we will be getting underway in about a minute's time, so don't you worry. It's just a boring little intermission that we need. Driver's getting eager. I'm waiting till strictly 10 past. I've got a little watch up by me, don't worry. But yeah. Well, it's 10 past. Let's ready up. Well, who will get pole? That's the big question. Based off that sprint pace, I say me, but then I didn't have as many cars to overtake, so I got it all done in the first 2 sectors. So I think quite a few drivers' true paces are being hidden, such as Thomas James and Ake Hunter, but then they were held up quite heavily by the Haas. So maybe shows their overtaking isn't quite there. But anyways, let's go for it. 18 minutes quali, 28 lap main race. I thoroughly think it's a 2-stopper. Maybe a 1-stop on the cards if we can play it right. But yeah, not much I can really say or do about it. Just got to hope that I'm in the right place at the right time. I think 2-stop will personally work better because with that chaos in the sprint, I think it could reappear in the main race with that S section and all. But yeah, there's your 8 drivers. Wartime Gamer on YouTube, X-Kinger on YouTube and TikTok, Hunter6198 I believe it is on YouTube, Thomas James or Thomas Nichols on YouTube, Film Cryptic of course as you're watching it here, F1 Edis 05 on Twitch and TikTok I believe, Darkness or Dark on TikTok, LA Racing on YouTube, Formula 1 fan, and a bunch of random characters on TikTok. And then Jerby Streaming is the final name, or FPL Garnacho on TikTok. So yeah, let's load a Texan setup and head out.
Standing by.
Looks like quite a few cars are on their way out. My teammate preparing himself. He's just gone out. So yeah, hopefully Sauber can replicate some of that pace we had in the sprint, but then that pace was really based off how quickly we could make our way up the field, as there's Thomas James out behind. Extra gamers joined. I've told him no, and yet he still does it. There's Max Perrin past. My teammate just up ahead, he's starting a hot lap, and now I'm also starting mine. So yeah, let's see what the two Saubers can do in quite quick unison. Hot lap mode, of course, best way to do it. As out goes Darkness, who is now behind. He's going to quickly yield to Max Perrin. And now down the longest straight on the circuit. Massive overtaking opportunity, so in the main race my objective will be to break that DRS. If I can't do that, then I could be fucked. But you can tell how much I'm catching my teammate on this flyer. A bit more pace, Mumbo Jumbo 32.7. Let's see where we put ourselves against that. I think it'll be a 32, but I don't know whether it's quicker or slower than what the McLaren set. It's a 31.6, 6 tenths up in the inaugural phase of quali. And I will just continue powering on as much as I can. Thomas James goes second fastest.
Okay, just 2 laps of fuel remaining now.
Snake Hunter, only 4th fastest at the moment. Currently looks like I'm the quickest of all my title contenders, so that's a good sign. Mumbo Jumbo, he's about 7 points clear of me, so if I get a win, as long as he ain't in the top 2, I'm guaranteed to overtake him in the standings and make myself one place higher, which is a good position. What's the Louis doing? I've just let him by. And now he's running me risk of a 5-second penalty for quote unquote impeding, as the game would give it. He's doing another run. Oh no, he just went wide. Well, what does Dark do? I think he'll go fastest. No, not even top 5. And the only place he really got held up was first sector, but it was about turn 1 and that was it. But yeah, there's Louis being held up. That's why I gave him the chance to overtake me if he was to come in. Because I've got the bigger differential. But yeah, look at that. Lovely quali lap. Clear in every sector.
Right, so our best lap so
Darkness,
far,
he was right there in Austria. Not really there though, here in Kota. 25.2, he is improving. So I think he's doing long runs such as he was last weekend. He's found 7 temps already. This guy is all about long runs and quali. Where does he lie though? At the end of the final sector, how far up the pecking order does he go? Up to the line, and it's second fastest. It's still a good 8 temps off. Snake Hunter on a run, he's actually 3 temps down, but it looks like he's on a flat 37.1. He's a further 10th. Let's see if I'm pretty sure it's an in lap though. What I want to do is save up a set of softs. If that does cost me 1 or 2 places on the grid, so be it. But I think if I have that pair of softs, if there's a really late safety car, balls in my court. As there's Mumbo Jumbo, second place man in the sprint race shortly ago. Is he going to move his way up the finishing order? well, not finishing order, the qualifying order, we should call it, as his first sector was a 25-1. He's still in a 25-1, but with some blatant corner cutting in the works. As now down the hill you can see the massive like pillar in a way. Through the middle sector he goes. .37.0. He is currently basically neutral with what he's done so far. That's the issue with Kota. The tyres burn out at such a rate that your laps are basically identical each time you go around. Whereas other circuits, the rate of tyre burnout really comes down to driving style. Here, it's usually the exact same rate every lap, whatever compound. Well, of course, slightly decreased per compound, but he does go second fastest, still half a second off, more or less.
We should consider getting out there.
Thomas James starting a flyer though. I'll personally say I think he's my biggest threat here in Kota. But will he be there in quali, to say the least? First sector, he done a 25-2. What will his first sector be here? It's a 26-2. I do not think that this is a run for him. His middle sector, however, yeah, he's still another good second off. I'm pretty sure this is a flyer for Max. So let's see how the Williams does. Can he get off the back two for the first time this season? He's never qualified off the back two of the grid, and he's always basically partnered his teammate on the grid. He does not look like he's on a flyer. Louis, however, my teammate, he's about to start a run. Will he do well? Rearing open, heading up into turn 1 now. 25.8 was his first sector. I think he can gain a few tenths in each sector in a way that he could possibly put himself in the foreground. I feel like the moment his run finishes, that's when mine's cue to start. So while he does that first sector, I'll drop my fuel a tiny bit so I can get a bit more top speed. He's found 2 tenths in first sector, looking good in that Sauber. He's 7th currently, still possible to move himself 1 or 2 places up the pecking order, maybe even more. For all we know, he does a lap of a century in these final 2 sectors and goes a second clear of me. It can literally be anything here in Kota, as I'm really saving the softs up at risk possibly going slower at the end of quali. End of middle, he's done a 37.4. He's a 10th down on his middle. Getting some width, dip a wheel in on the apex. Final few corners though. How far up does he go? He has only gone 7th. Doesn't look like much of a gain. I was going to see if there's anyone at the fore end of their lap. Maybe Kinger. Moment he crosses is the moment I select to head out. Can he get any closer? Is my question. Nah, he's gone slower. But yeah.
Okay, our best lap so far, 1:31.
Oh, chuck a new set of softs on and head out now.
Everyone be aware, we've got a car leaving the
It's
garage.
my time to shine. Is the best way to put it. Hopefully, I can do a lap, which puts me at the foreground. I've got 3 laps to go out, do a hot lap. Do an out lap, do a hot lap, then another one, if possible. I'm just going for one flyer, I'll be honest with you. Well, Snake Hunter second. He's your championship leader. He's 22 points clear, but then with that P7 in the sprint, it's about 16. So, yeah, this is a massive event for my championship's sake, as it's a big chance for me to gain some points. As already, I've gained about 6 on the championship leader entering the round. Mumbo Jumbo has retired. He's gone off in the first corner, as there's a yellow for Dark, who's letting Haas by. Hot lap mode now. Looks like I get 2 runs if I need that second one, so that's a nice option. Just means 2 hot laps really. Well, currently 2 temps down. Yeah, not too much of a wowing fun.
30 seconds left in the session.
All the cars still on track, going for another fly. It's a Williams, a Haas and a Ferrari. The others, they've backed out, so I've basically got pole here. Might as well continue this run, over for one more run. Off in final corner. That's really going to jeopardise my start of the run. No time. Just to avoid getting quali ban. I'll make it to the end of the lap. Looks like Jedi will face that quali ban. But yeah, it's pole. Oh, what a surprise, ain't it? Darkness goes second fastest. He's found time at the end. But yeah, I'll take that, because Darkness is splitting me and the leader of this championship. So yeah, if Darkness can defend, I'm in a great place. Oh, ever so close. I'm lucky that I've done that good enough. Oh, that's a bit rough and tumble. That's really made me a bit nervous for this main event, because I know that the Ferrari, he can do it, but then he's done an extra few laps than I did. Let's do that. A one stop as the main strat. 12 laps on mediums. I think I can probably get away with 11. But yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's let's do this. Last time I got pole in this league, I won. And that was in Monza for pre-season.
Launch map is good, but we need to learn the gears. So go into each one when you can. We're going to need some work on the brakes, so
Max
put some
Perrin,
energy into them.
third time
On the
this
tyres
season
as well,
he has
please.
jumped the safety car queue. There's a Red Bull. Well, we've got to reset the lobby, cause yeah, there's a Red Bull, and that's why I told them not to join.
No threat of rain for the time being. Conditions look good.
Hello. Lobby reset.
Why?
Extra Gamer's joined, he ain't a driver.
Who's Extra Gamer?
External driver who joined the lobby and is now racing. Hence why I said lobby reset.
Oh, okay. Think lobby reset, I'm gonna take him out.
Let's hope they all get the message. Because if they don't...
I'm on D&D, so I haven't even got a notification.
Yeah.
They better actually fucking read the messages.
They haven't clocked on yet.
They're not retiring.
Yeah, I know.
Darkness is gone. Oh, well, okay, Jesus Christ. Oh, wait, mumbo jumbo.
He's gone.
If you don't retire, you're a monk. Good Jedi. That's safety car. Safety car. See? I think King has retired. Oh, Jabba's retired. Which is the top 5 for case Snake Hunter's gone. Snake Hunter's retired. Thomas James isn't going to retire. He's going, what the heck could you do? Because he's a fucking faggot. I hate that fucking bastard.
Well, there was some PG language in that stream, but that was an external member of the league. They're all slowly retiring. As Darkness has left the session, we will have to completely reset lobby. Oh, let's just quickly invite them all up. Well, we will slowly fill lobby back up. Let's now re-evaluate this grid. And yes, that's me on repeat. Then it's well, yeah, now I need to invite Dark again. Okay, I've told them restart at 44 past if there's no word back from Dark. Okay, looks like, yeah, we will just be going straight back at it. Double check the grid. Compare it to my stream. Yeah, seems right. Well, I forgot the weather. Well.
Okay, so let's go through all the gears if you can. We need to make sure the engagement is okay before the start. We're going to want to put some temperature into the tyres and brakes. We need to keep the engine cool though,
Hello.
so don't go too
I
high
forgot
with the
weather. You guys fine with the wet race?
Yes.
Okay. I want to see what Thomas James says. He says I don't mind rain. Looks like we'll just be doing a wet race then, yeah?
Yes.
That fine with you, Louis?
I don't know why did I celebrate so much, but I love wet things.
If you have an objection, please say now. Like,
Objection, Your Honor. I want full wet scientists.
fuck off. Okay, it's gonna be a wet race. Issue is, I haven't prepped my setup for the wet conditions. What the fuck by Max Verstappen? A, he should be 7 places back, or whatever. B, I think he just wants to lead at some point. I've missed.
Okay, not
Oh
the best
my.
pace there, mate. Let's try and get a good launch as the race starts.
This is only going to get worse.
Okay, so that's the rest of the grid forming up now. Be patient and watch for those lights.
Great opportunity to be sent into turn 1. Mumbo Jumbo jump start, and I seem to have got a mediocre, maybe even better start compared to Snake, but the second stage just better for the Aston Martin. Gonna switch back in turn 1, and this battle is gonna continue down the hill. I'm gonna have to yield due to how much the car's sliding about. And just like in the sprint, I'm gonna go for a move in this hairpin. This time, I'll learn from my mistake against Max Perrin, and I'll park the car on the apex. But Snake Hunter, probably lower downforce on that Aston Martin. I'm an idiot.
Okay, we don't need to worry about the car behind.
I'm an
They've got a
idiot.
drive-through penalty.
This guy lagging all over the shop floor. To a point in which I didn't even know where he was. That's just shit. And Snake Hunter now 2 seconds clear. Let's try and do some catch up now. That's really going to be the game I'm playing here. I'm dropping Thomas James, Louis in a good position. And then Max Perrin and Jedi slightly further down the road, King and Miles off. So yeah, could be another good result for the Sauber team. If so, this is a massive ego and confidence booster for the constructors. I am sliding all over the place here. Won't be surprised if I push a bit too hard and get 3 seconds. It's just been a really messy start to this main race. But slightly quicker than Snake Hunter, that's kind of the pace I want to be lapping for the remainder of this stint.
Tyre condition still looking good.
Big gain in the end of the first sector, start of middle sector, gained about 4.5 tenths. Now just got to try and keep this pace up a bit more, because here you need about 1.2 seconds a lap in order to overtake. The quicker that Aston's Inters dry out,
it's time to utilise some of this energy. Come on.
And to be honest with you, 42 front wing really isn't that bad. Only downfall is your rears.
If you think you can get past, make use of the overtake button and see what you can do.
Aston Martin sliding all over the place. What's this car? Slightly more lively.
Great work, that's a new fastest lap of the race.
In my favour.
Look out for a bit of understeer when trailing the car ahead. They're going to be giving off dirty air, which is going to affect our tyres, so try to get past.
Down the inside. Going to use full width of the road. Gonna have to get that better exit now on Snake Hunter. Really continue this duel along a bit more. Let's try again. And now close the door and breathe, as my girlfriend would say.
great manoeuvre. You made it look so easy.
This race will literally all be about pulling out a gap over this Aston, because based off that lap 1 incident, I'll be honest, line me up for a possible penalty if they do think that it had malicious intent.
Okay, so this light rain is going to be with us for a while now.
Light rain for a while. Well, I've noticed, being the further back car. Yeah? Huh? Okay, I'll do it in a bit. Half my stint, 40%, okay. Not even half. This is going to be very dangerous territory at the end. Snake Hunter finding more pace now. Lap 7. Not good at all, tyres. Maybe you're looking at a 2-stopper. All I can say is try and go as long as I can on these. If Snake Hunter pulls the trigger before me, then I think 2 stops the way to go in this race. But I think someone in this top 4 is going to pull the strings and do a 1 stop. If we all go for a 2, one will have to stay on the 1. I think Snake Hunter will do 1, then he can get track position, because he knows how much more difficult it is to overtake than it is to defend, so yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I'll be honest, it's a 2-stop. Because the tyre wear is skyrocketing now.
Try to stay with them, they might make a mistake and we could still get that place back. Okay, looks like some of those puddles are clearing. We're still definitely on the right tyre for the time being, but we're probably not a million miles away from slick conditions.
Just had to wrestle there over staying on track. You know what?
Pitting this lap then, coming to the pits at the end of this lap.
Louis in, Jedi's in. There's cars going for 2-stop. They've noticed the wear. Snake Hunter probably sees and noticing that I've got increased wear than he probably has.
Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy. Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap.
I'm going at such slow speed and I'm still snapping, but then I'm also pulling away from Thomas James, so I think everyone's suffering. In I come. Three or so seconds slower per lap is honestly insane.
Okay, mate, that's it. Go, go, go.
Thomas
Perfect
James
job
is
on the
in.
turn in there, mate. Looks
That
like a nice
shows
stop
a lot.
time. We're happy with that one.
And
Pit
I'm about
strategy
19
complete.
or so
See these
seconds
tyres
behind.
through to the end now.
I'm still just ahead of Mumbo Jumbo. And now this is where we see the true pace. It's about 18.5 seconds for pit stop here at Texas. And that's my second track limit. Now time to be a really good boy. Because I cannot impede any further. Otherwise it could be my race and Ratches. Snake Hunter can probably see, clear as day, how much time he is losing per lap on them old Inters. And in this race, if I can make it to lap 19 on the Inters, I'm going to clear 2-stop to the end. I forced myself into it due to how much earlier I've pitted. Snake Hunter goes another lap. And it's been about 4 seconds he has thrown down the drain. If I can drop the gap to him to about 4 seconds by the time he pits, I think I could win. Jedi, fastest man on the track. I know 2 stops in rain work better than 1 stop. And currently, I'm trying to prove that to the Aston Martin, that he should join me on this 2-stopper.
The next car is 10 seconds ahead.
As the gap between us is dropping every corner by a fairly significant margin. As Jedi is really finding some pace in this second stage of the rain. Is that the leader in? Yes, it is on lap 11. He's forced himself into a 2-stop now. But it's a bit too late for him as I go onto lap 12, fastest lap 43.7, and a long range ahead. Maybe even Thomas James could pose some threat to Snake Hunt in this event. But it's 2 laps that the Aston has on the entire delta, so he could catch.
Remember to adjust your ERS mode in your MFD if you need to.
I know for a fact I have to get to that target lap to see this strategy out. No matter how much slower I am, I need to hit that target lap of 19. And I only have 9 laps on the 3rd set. Only lost 1 second in about 2 laps. Kinger has gone round in the Williams. He's now lapped down, not even halfway through this event.
Okay, be aware, the grip levels are going to start falling away soon.
Now it's time to just nullify this really. Mumbo Jumbo, he's got a bit more tire delta on the likes of Louis and Jedi. Therefore I think my teammate, who's currently 4th, could drop to 5th. Maybe even 6th, as Kinga has binned it again. As it looks like, Phil Williams is in. And now my gains on the Aston really have nullified here. Just shows how short the gain in tyre tread is. And then also how consistent my pace is, even though the tyres are deteriorating. We've gone about 5-6 laps on this. We need another 5, roughly. I don't mind running a risk on the final lap with an extra set of tyres. But yeah, as long as I can do 9, 9, 10, or 10 and then 9 more, I'm fine. I think final stint will all be about nurturing the tyres. And this stint will all be about pushing.
I don't think the line is really dry enough yet to start thinking about
I'd say there's
slicks. Let's hold on to the
consideration
inters for a little
dries.
while longer.
I personally disagree. Even though I'd like it, I disagree.
We've got a lot of spare energy. Okay to use your overtake button.
Get used to this. The Aston finding pace now. Big gain in the first sector. Maybe he's nurtured tyres early on. Issue of this circuit, there ain't much of a wet patch. Let's go 3 more laps. Now, I'm really gonna start losing time, really trying to nurture the tyres. Try and find all the wet patches.
It's still not a perfect situation, but I don't think we've got cause to move on to a different tyre yet.
Two laps, 20% of the way roughly. I will have to come down to the wire at the end of the lap and my balls. One lap. All I need.
Understood. Stopping this lap.
Yeah, I think so too. Won't be surprised if tyre goes this sector. I think it's gone. Or very close. Snake Hunter sniffs blood. He'll get it.
Keep on them, they might make a mistake.
My teammate's gone round by the looks of it.
If you think you can get past, make use of the overtake button and see what you can do.
Too fucking close. I'll be honest, I did not like that. And that means I've got to do 10 laps.
Okay, go, go, go.
Come on.
Perfect job from you and the crew
10
there,
laps.
mate. We're
I'm
delighted
going
with
to
that.
really focus on nurturing tyres because I've only
Up
done
to
9
speed
laps
now.
per
Let's get
stint.
some heat into those tyres.
meaning I have to go that extra mile. Yeah, completely agreed. Let's just nurture. Rather than bully, nurture. And that should hopefully see success here. What's Jedi going for? Is he chucking extra inters on? I personally think we could see slicks. But then I think, now I've pitted for inters, I think my Q for that's gone. Find all the wet patches I can. Jedi is also an inter, so... And I think Louis has got a puncture. If I am right. That's the cause of my teammate going so slow. And I've got 3 seconds. I've got 3 seconds. I'm an idiot. Snake has 2 infringements though.
We've been given a time penalty.
And he's in.
Now finishing time at the end of the race. Get your head down and let's get it done.
There's my teammate with a puncture. I'm sliding around him.
Okay, clear.
I don't think it's selects. He's on inters, so we mutually agree. As he's got 10 seconds. Oh boy, I'm in for this. I'll need to get track position this lap, then just put him through pain on the inters.
The tyre situation's an interesting one.
Look at how much more traction I've got though.
Stick with what we've got for now.
I'm gonna force him to the inside. Get a better run on Apex though. The issue with Snake though, he always runs the low downforce compared to the rest. So it's going to be battery deployment to see it through into this next corner. Meet him on the apex and then now cook his tyres through the slow speed section where I'm going to be nurturing and force him into a mistake. I should have gone 1 extra lap when the track was drier. Two laps, and that's the wear.
That was the fastest
8% a lap rough rate.
Well done.
It'll be another touch and go. I'm not, that's the issue. You're telling me I'm pushing too hard. You really haven't seen me push. I don't need to push. I'm literally driving with caution at the moment to try and limit the wear. The car's just so slidey. It's not me pushing, it's the car in this case. I hate intermediate conditions on this game. The car's too slidey and that cooks up tyres.
Okay, so
my teammate for the third event in a row fails to finish.
Assuming they still look inflated to you, we're going to guess that it's just a bad sensor.
In Bahrain, he failed to start. He failed to partake in Austria. And now when the championship matters most, he can't even go home for 4 points. I'm thoroughly disappointed in my teammate. Mumbo Jumbo could actually be in race for a win now.
So this rain could be with us for a while. Light rain conditions for the foreseeable future.
No. Either full time or no. We don't even have a full grid, so we aren't doing reserves
Battery
yet.
charge is high. Let's use that overtake button a bit more.
Gonna give him a squeeze. No. Don't try and cheese your way out, mate. He's racing for the win, I'm racing for the end. That's two different perspectives here.
Good job. Nice overtake.
Yeah, that's why I'm racing to the end rather than place. The only issue is he's quicker in these conditions. So my whole race is pocketing him and being ahead. Now he's ahead, he can punish my tyres like I've punished his over the last few laps. Mumbo Jumbo fastest lap. Those inters really coming into play now. Mate, fuck off. Let me race. Don't need you to give me all the statistics and that by the end. I'll race as the tyres go each lap. I'd rather you sit in a fucking voice call with me being a little pain in the arse in the ear rather than a fucking text block appearing on my screen every single lap I fucking do.
It's probably dropping due to wear, so don't be too aggressive.
And now I've burned up tyres. Fuck. I'm fucked. %60%. 3 laps still to go. %35%. 3 laps.
Caution, caution. Green flag.
Car ain't turning how I want anymore. And there's 2 Williams, one's about to go 2 down, the other's gonna go 1 down. I'm literally only allowed 11% a lap now. And I'm dropping like a fly. Ah. Come and get out of the way, please. Thomas James pitting, he's going for fastest lap, I can tell you that. And I'm going for gambles. He's going for 1 petty point. He's on softs. Okay. I don't think it's dry. Come on, Max, get out of the way. You're a lapped car, mate. Nope, just sit on the racing line and impede like the useless driver you are. Yeah, Snake's gonna win this. He has one lap to find one, less than a second. Unless he gets a track limits violation, which I highly doubt, and he's 7 seconds now.
Final lap. Keep your concentration and let's bring it home.
All that for nothing. That's 2 for 2 for that Aston. The rear's gone.
Okay, clear.
Yeah. Puncture on rear left.
Nice! On to the next one.
Absolute amazing. Final lap puncture. What a way to end this. Yeah, your fucking calculations were wrong 90%. He's got a rear puncture. So does Jedi. Three rear punctures, all on final lap. Well, yeah, Jedi has retired. That's something. Oh. He basically DNF'd. There's your results. Slight agitation, but not much you could do. Well, hope you guys enjoyed. I've cut down my loss to Thomas James and Mumbo Jumbo in the standings. Unfortunately, I can't make my way up, and I will have to continue my hunt after Snake Hunter in this championship in the next event. But for now, I'll see you later. Goodbye.